Us humans and car engines are actually very alike. Every engine, once it gets going, it keeps going and going, which is, for us, momentum. But whenever an engine starts, it can't start by itself. It needs a starter to start it. And even the starter needs a battery to get it all going. For us, it's motivation. For the car battery, it uses electricity and it has some kind of voltage. But for us, everything starts from motivation. Achieving our goals and changing our life all starts from the base point of motivation. It's not goals, it's not willpower, because everyone has a goal, right? Let's be honest. But yet, not everybody achieves their goal, and it's not willpower either. That's just how on track you are and how less prone to distraction you are. We can't get distracted if we're not even taking action in the first place, right? So, the real root cause of everything is motivation. And discipline in relation to that is lowering how much motivation you need. It's not motivation versus discipline, it's motivation and discipline. I used to think it was a battle between the two, that you had to choose a side. Whether you rely on motivation and you never have enough of it, or you rely on discipline too much, but then you hate what you're doing. It's not like that. And that fallacy led to me struggling to take action, because I wasn't combining the two forces that I have easily within me to combine them and get a greater whole. I used to only get half of it. And so no wonder I wasn't taking action well. If you want to be disciplined, all you have to do is use the amount of motivation you have right now and take action. And if you think it's not enough, remember what I said earlier? Discipline is lowering how much of motivation you need. And so let's take a really simple example, brushing your teeth. You may not think it, but you're actually not really motivated to brush your teeth. And sure, you might want to have pearly whites and all that, but really, you're extremely disciplined in brushing your teeth. You've been brushing your teeth 2 times a day, at least, every single day. That's extremely consistent. And let's be honest, you probably don't have surges of motivation to brush your teeth. Instead, you have just a little bit because you don't want to have horrible breath and horrible looking teeth. You have just a bit of motivation, but discipline overall lowered it so that it's enough. That little bit of motivation is everything you need. And one last point that I want to make for you is that discipline isn't like this. It's not going from 100 to nothing. Discipline is like a scale. It slowly dips down. The more you use discipline and the more you reduce motivation, the more likely you are to take action. Because motivation is just an emotion. We might know this already, but motivation goes like this. It goes up and down, up and down. And so that's why you get surges of motivation one day and then the next day you're back in your rut. The way to overcome it is to reduce your level of discipline so that instead of it being straight on the wave, you're making it so that the line goes down, so that you're barely in a rut at all. And when you have this down, it's gonna feel like everything suddenly clicks. Again, I used to have the wrong thinking that I couldn't combine the two, that I had to choose either pain all the time or frustration all the time with never having enough motivation. But really, you decide how much motivation you need. And if you really want to level up your game and take initiative for your life, you go ahead and use less of it. It's one thing to know how motivation and discipline work, but it's another thing entirely to actually implement this, right? I offer procrastination coaching, and with my help, you can instantly implement everything in this video to the point where you'll never struggle with taking action again.